Hey, what's up, guys? Mike's here. We're doing another chapter of Way to Depart. And now, how is this all messed up? No Skullkins. Cole is now stuck with the Skullkins, and Jeron and Claire have all intentions about that book and Master Yang and all this stuff they haven't been discovered. But I don't know where this one heads at and starts to going down haywire. So, we're going to read chapter 17 of Way to Depart. So, let's start. Okay, chapter 17. Away in the park. Wow! Right here, right in front of me, floating midair. The ghost of Kanikunda Yang, the sensei without students. I knew this place was haunted. I just knew it. But that's not what puzzles me. Who is he talking to? He looked positively dumbstruck, but I've suspected this for so long. Now I know for sure. I've seen paintings of him all over the place, and even the museum in Ninjago City. The old custodian, Saunders, used to show classes around, and they had a portrait of him in one of the hallways. I was going to visit the Hall of Villainy, but it never officially opened after the commotion on the day it departed. Anyway, I know everything there is to know about Yang, regardless. Or actually, probably don't. But now I can ask him in person, and this is not my first big discovery of the day. I got early and started my house sitting adventure. In less than an hour, I made my first great find. I found this really cool book bound in leather with a golden back and with an embossing of the dragon and Ninja Master on the cover. Book of Spinjitzu. I could have sworn the book seemed alive when I first picked it up. Or not exactly alive, but definitely vibrating with some sort of energy. I couldn't help but chuckle when I read the first page. Something about falling into the wrong hands. Low. I don't think my own hands as wrong, but they are definitely curious. And now my second find of the day. An actual ghost of a long gone Edita master. This place is so cool. No! The painting of Yang has gone stale. He has abandoned us. He has forsaken Ninjago. I feel paralyzed and numb as I stand in the fading light of the painting. Jeron, you fool! Why did you even get your hopes up? The young woman stares at me with no fear. She has no reason to fear me, but it is still admirable. She has considerable reason for fear, though. The world, as she knows it, may soon be coming to an end. Jeron has just told me of Cole's condition, and when the rift opens, it will surely herald the second age of Edo. Her gaze is intense, such a source of power of the spirit of youth. I sought it out myself in unnatural ways, and it became my curse. For a moment, I find myself feeling relief that I am not alone, but the direness of the situation sets in again. What shall become of her, or any of us? Is there any hope at all? Yes, the bone cage is finally starting to give. Soon, I will be able to squeeze my way out of here. The Skulkin troops below me seem restless. They have been standing around for a while, and are obviously growing impatient. I haven't seen Klaus for some time. Finally, I can squeeze through. I guess all that not eating cake is paying off. Even in a dream or whatever this is. If Klaus is the one holding me here, I have a clear purpose, and it's bad news for him. I just need to obey a few hundred Skulkin and track him down. Piece of cake. As the Ferris wheel is at its lowest, I drop down. There isn't too much cover around here, but at least the color of my GI works for me. As I peeked out from behind the blackness stalactite, or is it stalagmite, I spot stairs leading into the ground. I started to recall as much as I can about this place from my last visit. The real one. But all my mind can come up with is a lot of molten lava, and I feel something press down my shoulder. Busted. No need to fight. No, I can take on a whole army. I raise my arms and turn around slowly, as my mind races to come up with some clever, defiant last line. But the words stick in my throat. Two huge, glowing red eyes stare right into my soul. Spider! Bone-like prongs grab me, and in a second, I am pulled from the ground and up 100 feet into the air. The cackling sound of a skull spider echoes through a massive cave. But it does not disturb the skulking legion so far below. As I struggle in the grip of the massive spider, I go through the possible scenarios. 1. Death by spider. 2. Death by falling onto the rock-hard ground. 3. Death by dropping into a sea of molten lava. 4. Death by somehow defying 1, 2, and 3, and then facing an entire well-armed and battle-ready skulking army. 5 to 10. I'm sure there are more that I haven't figured out yet. I focus on the 3 options. I wrap my arm around a slave spider string that eliminates 2 or 3 for now. I start kicking and punching to eliminate option 1. I punch and punch the spider. Its teeth grab at my leg, and I feel a sharp pain, but I keep hitting. My fists are sore as the spider goes limp. I take a few seconds to catch my breath and assess my situation. Trapped in some hyper-real dream, hanging upside down by a sticky spider web next to a spider that may come to at any moment. Below me, molten lava, and several hundred skulking. I smile to myself as I hear Jay's voice speak my thoughts into my inner ear. It's just been a few days, but I miss that guy's freaked out moments. He always puts the situation into perspective. I start to look around. What do I do next? The young woman starts to approach me cautiously. It feels uncomfortable being studied like this, and so unlike any other encounter I've had with the living, she has a sizable book in her hand, not the one I recognize. So it must be one of the ninjas. I am surprised that I have not known about it. It emanates a curious, inaudible hum, as if it is loaded with great energy. Kunakuda Yang? I presume. I'm honored to meet you, she says to me. Her voice is girlish, high-pitched, and in stark contrast to the softness she attempts to portray. I have seen such behavior before. Long ago, when I was sought out by prospective students. I say nothing. I don't know what to say. My name is Claire. I am the recently designated maintenance manager of this facility. Clean lady, I guess. Let me start over. I'm Claire. Hi. Where did you get that book? I waste no time. The situation is dire. Ninjago is at risk, and I have no ideas about how to remedy the situation. But right here in front of me, a book, resonating with energy, possibly elemental or magical, with sensible on the cover by the looks of it. Could this book hold some answers? My thoughts are interrupted by her reply. She has clearly lost some confidence because of my direct approach. I found it in Lloyd's room. It was just lying around under some floorboards, covered by a rug. I didn't mean to pry. Honestly, you have nothing to fear from me, child. I am pleased to meet you too. I need your help, and whatever wisdom is in that book. So basically, somehow this person right here, Kankuni Yang, it's a kind of female, and they've been looking for that one. It's a sensei without suits, and Cole is still stuck at that little skulking thing in the lava, volcano. You have been thinking about where the situation is, because there's like a molten lavas all the way. They have skulking armies, and this one huge big giant spider that's just coming toward him. And then back into it. Claire got some ideas, that the book right there, and Kunkuyang needs some help with whatever that book is. It has to be, desired for them to help. Alright guys, that is the end of this story. I mean, not the story, the end of the chapter. There's gonna be more chapters to come, so be patient, people. Alright guys, Goodbye, everybody.